Well, the rumors were true. Tifa is in Street Fighter VI Season 4. Summer Game Fest just came to a close, and we just finished watching the broadcast there. And during the show, Capcom announced Street Fighter VI's Season 4 lineup of characters, which includes Tifa from Final Fantasy VII. In addition to Tifa, we're seeing some brand new characters as well, which is really surprising, but there's a lot to talk about. Let's just get right into it. Saludos mi gente, greetings everyone, my name is Dream King, and today we are talking about that crazy Street Fighter VI reveal and how Capcom just sent shockwaves through the fighting game community. So Summer Game Fest just ended, and during the broadcast we saw the Street Fighter VI Season 4 reveal. It was pretty crazy and not quite what I expected, and I think not quite what a lot of people expected, so I just wanted to jump on here and talk about it a little bit. Kind of give my off-the-cuff reaction to it, which is a little bit different than what my normal videos are. This Season 4 lineup, man, I'm kind of floored. Not because we have Tifa in there, I kind of expected that, especially with all the rumors that were going around leading up to this event. But what I'm more shocked about is the fact that we seem to have 2 brand new characters on the roster here. 3 if you count Bosch, because he was a brand new character for Street Fighter VI. He was a major part of the World Tour story mode, but hasn't been playable, so he's been in Street Fighter VI, just not as a playable character. So now Capcom is finally coming back around and adding him to the actual roster, which I never wanted to really see him be playable, to be honest with you. He just seems like a kind of basic psycho power wielder type of thing. I don't know, he's just not very interesting to me. Granted, I didn't really get super heavy into the story mode, but from what I've seen of him, he's just not very interesting. But hey, they might make him pretty cool as an actual playable character. We'll just have to wait and see. As for the other characters, though, we have Yasmin, who people are saying is from the Philippines. And we have Arjun, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. He looks like a big body character who blows fire and might have some kind of connection to Dulcim. It looks like he's doing a little bit of the Yoga Fire stuff, so kind of interesting to see that. I'm not sure who he is. And of course we have Tifa, which Final Fantasy VII, obviously very, very highly requested character in fighting games. Maybe not necessarily Street Fighter, but some other fighting games that, you know, or another fighting game in particular that really, really wanted Tifa, but did not get her. Now we have her in Street Fighter VI. It's crazy, man. The new trailer is like an animated sequence that shows off a little bit of what each character is kind of all about. We see that Yasmin has like a dagger weapon, maybe like a karambit kind of thing. And during the trailer, we see her performing like different martial arts, like attacks and stances and things like that. Which kind of gives me the impression that she's probably going to be a speedy, kind of close-range, rushdown-ish character. I mean, it's early, obviously. We've got like 10 seconds of footage of each of these characters, essentially, or, you know, thereabouts. So it's hard to make a prediction early on, but that's the inclination I get, is that she's going to be maybe like a close-quarters kind of fighter. Probably a rushdown type deal. Then the trailer goes on and shows Arjun, which at first I kind of thought it was bearded Ryu with long hair, something. Kind of reminded me of what the I think it was Street Fighter V when it had like the hyper-realistic, they were going to go for the hyper-realistic graphics and stuff like that. That was kind of the first impression, but he seems to be like a big body kind of character. Again, we see him blow a little bit of what looks like some Yoga Fire or Yoga Flame type of thing. But we don't really get to see too much more of what he does. And then we've got Bosch, of course, who again, you know, we've seen some of what he can do already in the World Tour stuff. He fights mainly with Luke's fighting style because obviously Luke is his teacher, just like Johnny Street Fighter, the main avatar character in World Tour. And then he's got the mix of Psycho Power, though I don't think we see any Psycho Power stuff in the trailer. It seems like he's kind of just fighting with straight up martial arts. So that's kind of got me wondering if maybe this is going to be like the retconned version of Bosch in the story mode. We know that with the inclusion of Ingrid into Street Fighter VI, she kind of came in and retconned everything where, you know, originally, spoilers, Bosch dies in World Tour mode. And so I guess with the retcon, Johnny Street Fighter basically goes back and kind of avoids all of the Psycho Power JP stuff that happens to Bosch. Basically saving his life and making sure that he doesn't die. So I'm guessing this version of Bosch is going to be Psycho Powerless, which Okay, I mean, I'm listening if that's the case. I'm just really sick of the psycho power, like, oh yeah, this character's infused with psycho power, and that's their whole identity. It's either that or a Bison clone attempt or whatever. I'm kind of bored with that storyline. I'd like to see something else. And we already have psycho power users on the roster, so if this is a version of Bosch that isn't using that, I'm more interested in seeing kind of what Capcom can do with that. But as far as a character overall, Bosch doesn't really interest me. But hey, again, I'm more open to it if they go the route of no psycho power stuff. And then, of course, we have Tifa, who is of Final Fantasy VII fame, an extremely popular character in the world of video games. Tekken players are probably very upset right now, which I don't blame them, honestly. But Street Fighter VI is the one that got Tifa, and man, it's crazy. It's so crazy to see that they actually did this. It makes sense, especially in this day and age, but wow, man, I can't believe they actually did it. Full disclosure, I don't know a ton about the Final Fantasy series. I never really got into Final Fantasy VII and stuff like that. My Final Fantasy experience was the early Super Nintendo games, like, 1 through 3 or 4 through 6 in Japan, all that stuff. So I don't know a ton about what Tifa can do or all that stuff. I know people have wanted her as a guest character in fighting games before, and they've said she would be a really great fit because of the way she fights and stuff. And again, just from a marketing standpoint, just a huge draw here for Street Fighter VI. I mean, that's pretty wild. So overall, I think that's probably a good choice, even though as far as guest characters go, I probably would have went with something else, but I get it, I understand, and I know a lot of people are going to be happy about this, so more power to them. I'm going to try her out when she releases. I'm going to do the whole thing, so we'll see when we get there, but crazy, man. Crazy that they put Tifa in Street Fighter 6. It's so wild. But what's also interesting is that the trailer gave us some quick glimpses at these new characters, but Capcom has seemed to elaborate a little bit more in their tweets and some of the posts that they've been putting out. So if you look at the video description of the trailer on YouTube, it shows the list of each character and when they're expected to drop. So we see that Yasmin is going to be summer 2026, Arjun in autumn 2026, Tifa's early 2027, and Bosch is spring 2027. I like that they're doing early 2027 instead of winter 2026 and all that weird stuff that they've been doing for the previous seasons, because that always gets really confusing. But then if you turn around and look at the tweet on the Street Fighter VI Twitter account, it says that Yasmin is actually dropping on August 3rd, 2026, which is kind of crazy. That's pretty soon, man. Especially considering the fact that this trailer just showed like an animated sequence. Like, this character's probably pretty darn close to being done already. So like the fact that we didn't see any gameplay or anything like that, it's not surprising, but interesting that she's going to be dropping that soon. And that August 3rd date is probably the same day that we're getting the balance patch that Capcom was talking about before. The one that everybody expected to drop with Ingrid is likely coming on August 3rd now, so new balance patch potentially and brand new character. August 3rd should be a pretty good day. As far as other details that we currently know about this lineup of characters, the developers have confirmed that materia is going to be in Street Fighter VI as a unique gameplay mechanic for Tifa, which materia, as I understand it, is basically Final Fantasy VII's like magic system. It can be used to like infuse weapons with it or call in summons, things like that. So it should be pretty interesting to see how the developers use that as a mechanic in Street Fighter VI. If Tifa's pulling off summons and things like that, it's going to get pretty wild, I think. So that's kind of cool. And it also looks like the Year 4 Character Pass is currently available for like pre-order. It's $29.99 USD. And on the Steam page, it doesn't seem to list too much more additional information. But if you want to get ahead of it and go and order the Year 4 Character Pass, you can do that already. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, man, this is a pretty interesting and bold move, I think, from Capcom. Obviously, Tifa is a home run as far as marketing and cross-promotion and all that stuff. And just a huge milestone in terms of video game crossovers. But to flesh out the rest of the season pass without any legacy characters is interesting, man. I have to imagine that they did that as a means to maybe give Tifa the spotlight a little bit more here. If I had to guess, I mean, she's definitely the standout of the character pass. I mean, she would have been regardless, but it's interesting to see that she's coming alongside like characters that are completely brand new to the series, so there's no real big expectations from people right now, and we can kind of focus on Tifa because she's the most well-known and the biggest draw of this season pass by far. And also funny to see that the rumors were not true. I mean, mostly not true. Obviously, Tifa was correct, but the recent Season 4 rumors that were going around were what? Tifa, Gouken, Hagar, and Vega. I'm sure Vega fans are not happy right now. Nor are Sakura or Makoto fans. Like, people have been wanting them in forever. It's interesting, man. I don't know. But hey, brand new characters. I'm interested in seeing what they're gonna do. They look pretty cool visually and seem to have some pretty cool abilities as far as we can see so far. I'm into it, man. I think this looks pretty cool, but I need to see what these new characters can do, and I also need to see what Bosch can do because they're saving him for last in line for Season 4, and that's kind of interesting as well. Again, he's kind of generic in my eyes anyway, so I'm wondering if they're gonna go really big for him or something. It's interesting to see that he's closing out the season, especially when Tifa is part of the character pass as well. It's interesting to see that Bosch is gonna be the final character of this DLC pass. But yeah, man, Capcom really just blew the doors off this whole thing by adding Tifa to the game. Fighting games are getting crazy right now, man. I mean, it's a wild time. It's a very wild time. But I just wanted to make this video to talk about this big announcement because it's just such a massive thing in the fighting game community, and my mind's still kind of blown, so forgive the off-the-cuff kind of reaction video here, but man, Tifa in Street Fighter VI is wild. But I'm excited to see what they do, man. I'm excited to see where the developers go with this stuff and how these characters actually end up being in the game. And also, I just want to make a point right now. Everybody's excited that Tifa's joining the game. From what I've seen on social media, it seems that people are pretty much unanimously thrilled that she's joining the roster. So when she comes out and she ultimately ends up being broken and people start complaining, I don't want to hear that we didn't want Tifa in the game. I don't want to hear how much of a mistake it was because I know it's coming. People are happy about her now. Let's see what happens when she comes out. And if she ends up being broken, we'll cross that bridge when we get there, I guess. But I just wanted to point that out. We'll see where we go. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it for me today. How are you feeling about this Street Fighter VI Season 4 reveal? Are you happy that Tifa's in the game? Are you happy that we're getting brand new characters? Are you upset that you didn't get your favorite legacy character? Hit the comments below, let me know. So if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like it, subscribe to the channel, and do all that good stuff because it's a huge help, and I very much appreciate all the support. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.